News, rumors and opinions Wednesday, January 29, 2025. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. TNT. Tishwash. Our relationship with America will become stronger with an initiative that al-Sudani will announce soon. Expectations of his advisor. The business landscape in the country has changed. Farhad Allah al-Din, the Prime Minister's advisor for foreign affairs, confirmed in an article published in the English-language Emirati newspaper, The National, that Iraq offers great opportunities for American companies in the energy sector, confirming that there are discussions with several companies, including ExxonMobil and Chevron. He also said that the projects allocated to American companies in the coming years are estimated at tens of billions of dollars. While he expected Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani to announce a pioneering financial initiative that he said could change the business landscape in Iraq and strengthen its relationship with the United States. The advisor stated that according to the trading economics company, U.S. exports to Iraq in 2023 amounted to $2.26 billion, recording an increase of 230% over 2022 and 280% over 2021. While total agricultural exports alone reached $357 million, which is more than double the figures for 2022 and 3 times the figures for 2021. With the change of administration in Washington, many observers expected uncertainty regarding U.S. policy in the Middle East, especially towards Iraq. U.S. President Donald Trump's priorities clearly focused on domestic issues such as immigration, economic reform, and corporate repatriation. However, his appointment of strong leaders to key foreign policy positions indicated a continued focus on maintaining U.S. influence abroad in general, and in the Middle East in particular. Mr. Trump and his team have demonstrated their commitment to de-escalation, and their role in helping to broker a ceasefire in Gaza was essential even before the president took office. Mr. Trump has long been engaged in the fight against ISIS, and one of his main campaign promises was the total defeat of the terrorist group. In a March 2024 interview, he proudly noted his leadership role in the fall of ISIS, saying he got rid of it. While the group has been largely physically eliminated in Iraq, where it once held vast territory, it remains a threat in remote areas and now poses a risk of resurgence in Syria, particularly after the collapse of the Assad regime. Clearly, a complete and lasting defeat of ISIS, beyond any chance of recovery, will require, and indeed will be essential, strong cooperation between Iraq and the United States. Iraq and the United States can share many security, political, and economic issues for mutual benefit. Regionally, Iraq stands out as an anchor of stability and an important player in diplomacy. Under Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani's Iraq First policy, the country has adopted a moderate and inclusive approach that prioritizes shared interests. This position enhances the country's influence in the region and underscores its importance as a partner for the United States in maintaining stability. The strong and thriving U.S.-Iraq relationship promotes stability and prosperity in the region, but the U.S.-Iraq relationship extends beyond military and security cooperation, encompassing sectors as diverse as energy, agriculture, education, and economic development. Al-Sudani is currently leading Iraq through an ambitious reconstruction effort, with funding exceeding any allocation in the past 2 decades. Iraq offers significant opportunities for U.S. companies in the energy sector, with discussions underway with major companies such as ExxonMobil and Chevron, along with initiatives involving General Electric, Baker Hughes, KBR, and Halliburton. Overall, projects for U.S. companies could be worth tens of billions of dollars over the next few years. Financial institutions, including the Export-Import Bank and the International Monetary Fund, have expressed interest in supporting these efforts. Notably, the Prime Minister is expected to announce a major financial initiative that could change the business landscape in Iraq and further strengthen its relationship with the United States. American companies are increasingly drawn to Iraq, as evidenced by the growing activities of the U.S.-Iraq Business Council. While the events of the American Chamber of Commerce in Iraq now attract more American companies than ever before. According to Trading Economics, a data and forecasting firm, U.S. exports to Iraq reached $2.26 billion in 2023, a significant 230% increase from 2022 and 280% higher than 2021. Agricultural exports alone totaled $357 million, more than double the 2022 figures and 3 times the 2021 figures. These figures are expected to rise significantly in 2024 and 2025, and U.S. farmers, in particular, will benefit from this burgeoning trade relationship. In addition, the Iraqi government has approved a program to send 5,000 students abroad for master's and doctoral studies, with approximately 3,000 students to study in the United States. American universities will benefit greatly from this initiative, along with collaboration with institutions such as the American universities in Baghdad, Dahok, and Sulaymaniyah. Al-Sudani described relations with the United States as strategic and institutional, emphasizing the depth of this partnership in his recent media appearances, and in particular. In an interview with Elif in London, hours before Mr. Trump's inauguration on January 20, the Prime Minister said that Iraq is ready to cooperate with the new administration. He stressed that this relationship is based on the Joint Strategic Framework Agreement between the two countries, as well as our partnership in the international coalition to fight ISIS. A strong and prosperous relationship between the United States and Iraq promotes stability and prosperity in the region, benefiting the interests of both countries and their people. Through strategic cooperation in security, economics, and diplomacy, this partnership has the potential to shape a more stable and prosperous Middle East. MNT Goat. The below message recently comes up on this site, when you inquire about the IQD. It says, notice IQD may be redenominated. This redenomination is the newer lower denominations we have been waiting for. Yes, they will have to execute the project to delete the zeros. We know that the CBI must also raise the rate of the dinar at par or just over $1 within country to get this project started. And create incentives to turn in the dollars. This is really the final push to de-dollarize Iraq. The CBI still needs to break this parallel market. As long as the dinar is much lower than the dollar, this issue will linger. Militiaman. The US and the UK have some of the largest foreign currency in Iraqi dinar in the world outside of Iraq. When you get worried about them doing things where you don't get any value, it's absolutely false. The United States isn't going to throw away the trillions of dinar they have, nor the UK. Keep that in mind, because that should alleviate some of the significant fear of folk thinking Iraq's reinstatement of their currency or giving it a real effective exchange rate isn't going to bring value. It surely will. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. Source: Dinar Recaps.